Okay, hi students. This is for the eas2b classes, and I want to I want to share the PPTs for this. I can see this. So it's Unit 3. And you should have your book. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the book today. Let's just go through a couple of things. Don't forget to watch this video. If you don't, I can't give you, have to, you'll suffer participation points. You've got to be able to participate in this video. It's only 40 minutes. And, I think you can do this well. Listen to what I have to say and do the activities if you can, okay? So the syllabus has been changed. We can look at this really quickly. As you may be aware already, we have dates for two kinds of dates. The first in the table is for RGC 103460. That's the class which I have on a Tuesday, and that's why it's got a different dates, because in the first week they had 2 classes, whereas the other classes only had 1. So the second table with the schedule on is for RGC 1034-34 and RGC 1034-46, and there was only 1 class. So that one's different because it ends on the 14th of December. That's the last class. As I've told you already, the final test will be 2 classes and the midterms will be 2. Make sure you check the dates there. And we are missing Unit 3 class because of Chuseok, and that's what this is. This is your makeup class, okay? So make sure you are aware of dates. Don't get confused. The PPT has some dates on there, but they're not as accurate. This is the most accurate one, okay? And let's go back to the PPT. So hopefully all of you now have the book and you're able to log on to the Google Classroom. There's the codes for each class. This is not Google Classroom. This is Q Skills for Success class, okay? So you should have logged on to that, okay? If you need any help, please let me know. And the Google Classroom should have started now, although the deadline is in November, because, even though the deadline's in November, I think you need to kind of keep up with it, really. And make sure you are on top of that, okay? And I'm going to quickly check that now. Let's have a quick look. Before I do that, let's do this. Something from Drive. I think it's that one. Just double check. There it is. Need that. And Google Classroom. Let's have a look, see. So some of you may have struggles with this, but let's look at each class. So the first one is 60, and I just want to see how many people have done it or started. Let's have a look. 4 people have turned it in. Kanya, Subi, Kyeojung, and Weijay. If you need any help, it's good to ask students who were with me last semester, or if you have any of these in your groups, you should ask them. And then this is the other class, 46. And one person's done that, Min Hwan. Okay, so if you're struggling with that, please speak to somebody in your group who was in my class last semester. And let's go to the next one. No one's done that yet. Okay, but in this class, if there's anyone who was in it last semester, they'll be able to help you out with that. Okay. If not, I will try to help you as much as I can. And if you want to study in England, you're free to study in England. You're free to study, okay? And as I said, it's better to get the dates from the syllabus, okay? And here we have the grammar and the vocabulary. And this is units 1 to 4. This is useful if you're going to do the midterms. Integrate some of the vocabulary and grammar into your writing, and you can do that with the finals as well, okay? And this is the reading report, okay, for the midterm. And don't forget to choose one of these topics: sociology, nutritional science, information technology and marketing. If you're not sure, I can recommend, for example, there's one of them is IT, right? So if we, let's say we go to BBC, right? The BBC BBC, okay, news. You can see here there's some technology stories, okay? And those are useful if you're going to do one about IT, okay? If you're going to do one about nutritional science, you could perhaps look at health. And then there's lots in there. At the moment, there's a lot about COVID, but there might be some stories about food in there, okay? So you might find a story about food, okay? Here's one, alcohol ban, right? Okay, so that's, if you need any help with that, just let me know, okay? And I'll try to direct you to a useful story, okay? Good. And the same with the second one. This time it's psychology, philosophy, economics. You can look at some stories about business there, okay? And you've got some choices there, okay? And here's the link to the project work. You need to choose one of these project options: review of, brochure, wiki blog, ABC of, problem solution, right? And the first part of the project is a brainstorming and oral presentation, which I will do with you when it comes to that. We've got 2 days for project A, and then you have to do it self-study, if you like. You have to be self-motivated to finish project B, okay? Good, all right. So just a little tip in class, make sure you participate by demonstrate participation in the Kakao talk, all right? And also, if you have an activity that you want to spend more time on because you're kind of interested in it, then use the whole time that you have on that one. If you feel it's going to take the whole class, then fix your mind on that and do it thoroughly, and still show me and demonstrate participation, okay? So the first activity today is a YouTube video. This is a movie called Ready Player One, okay? And you know, as per usual, do the 8 observations and write the quiz questions for your team. Ready Player One is a futuristic movie, science fiction, made by Steven Spielberg, about a world where everybody lives in the internet and they're gaming all the time. It's a really good film, really good movie. I liked it. And this is the sort of the protagonist, I guess. He's the boy, the main character in the movie who has to defeat the bad people. I think we can watch this video, and if not, you've got the link and perhaps you can watch it yourself. Let's see how long this is. This video clip's
My name's Wade Watts.
25.
My dad picked that name because it sounded like a superhero's alter ego, like Peter Parker or Bruce Banner. But he died when I was a kid. My mom too. And I ended up here. Sitting here in my tiny corner of nowhere. There's nowhere left to go. Nowhere. Except the oasis. A whole virtual universe. People come to the oasis for all the things they can do. But they stay because of all the things they can be.
Can you feel this?
Yeah. It's the only place that feels like I mean anything. The Oasis was the brainchild of James Halliday.
Hello. If you're watching this, I'm dead. I created a hidden object, an Easter egg. The first person to find the egg will inherit $500 billion and total control of the Oasis itself.
Who is this Parzival, and how the hell is he winning?
Find him.
This isn't just a game. I'm talking about actual life and death stuff.
The Oasis, the world's most important economic resource.
And it's nothing less than a war for control of the future.
Welcome to the rebellion, Wade.
Like many of you, I only came here to escape. But I found something much bigger than just myself. Are you willing to fight?
Help us save the Oasis.
Okay, so yeah, you can see that's a pretty exciting movie. It's all about going into the Oasis and there's a group of friends, all right? So activity 1, part B is a mind map. Mind map, the kind of games that people like to play on their phones, on the computer, with friends, alone, late at night, for a long time, for a short time. On the phone, maybe people, I don't know what people play on the phone these days. Maybe Annie Pang, I don't know, to be honest. And, you know, there's lots of games that people like to play. Okay, so think about that on the computer, maybe a sort of RPG, and you can do RPGs with friends. I like to play a game called Terraforming Mars alone, about terraforming the planet. Late at night, for me, any game late at night is good, but some people prefer certain games at nighttime. And then there's the addiction, long time gaming, maybe hours and hours and hours in the PC room. Short time gaming, maybe something really quick and short, okay? Like Mario, I don't know. Okay, so activity 2 is extra questions about the internet. What is the internet? So you can ask and answer these questions, basically answer them yourself and then send them to the team, right? So let's look at these questions. What is the internet? Well, it's the World Wide Web, isn't it? It's like output of programming and signals. It's quite complicated. What would the world be like without the internet? I think these days we're so reliant on the internet, it would be difficult to get through COVID because of this, right? Could you live without the internet? I think it would be quite hard, but if there's a group of us and we're living out in the wild, then maybe I could do it with a team of people. Is the internet dangerous? Definitely yes. You may not agree with me, but the internet is the most dangerous weapon we have on the earth right now. What kind of technology will replace the internet? I don't know. Maybe there won't be maybe the internet will just become more and more sophisticated, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it would just become like, you know, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, 6G, 7G, you know, more and more speed. And I guess somehow it will involve body modifications, implanting stuff into our brains. What annoys you about the internet? It's just so addictive. We just constantly, we can't stop using it. It's so hard to stop using the internet, right? Are you addicted to the internet? Yes, I am. I don't know. I don't want to be, but I am. Sometimes I try to stop myself. It's hard, but I try. So this question's interesting. What do you think of social networking sites like Facebook, MySpace, and Bebo? I think MySpace doesn't exist anymore. Whoops. And Bebo I've never even heard of. But Facebook's become really famous and it's too powerful, too much information on there and a lot of bad stuff. Really addictive too. I think the modern social networking sites are TikTok and Instagram. Those two I think are massive at the moment. I don't know what happened to Snapchat. Can you remember the first time you used the internet? Wow, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I think in my workplace. I don't know. Do you think fingerprints or retina scans are better than ID cards? Possibly, unless they somehow copy your fingerprints or retina. I don't know. So I think they are pretty good, but I don't like to give people that kind of information and that kind of power, you know? So 2B, prepare a role play. Make a role play about unhappy school students who want to spend all day gaming. That can't be hard to do. What do the parents and teachers try to do to stop it? Use some vocabulary or grammar from the chapter. So this is sort of an interactive role play between students and parents and teachers. And the problem is they're unhappy and they spend all day gaming. How can parents and teachers solve this problem? So how about your parents and your teachers? What did they think about gaming when you were younger in high school or middle school? Did they think it was okay, or were they completely opposed to you doing that? Were they opposed to PC rooms? Another here, make 5 rules for gaming that students need to follow. As a group, decide on 5 important rules that you think students should follow with regards to gaming, e.g. students under 18 should not be gaming after 11 p.m. Okay, what other kind of what sort of gaming etiquette is there? What gaming manner is there? You know, how should you treat people when you're doing the chatting in a game? How should you behave if you're in a PC room? How should you behave around people in a PC room? Is it okay to shout and go, ah? I don't know. Is it okay to get loud and noisy in a PC room, or do you have to be quiet and play quietly? I've been to a PC room and you hear all the swear words, all the anger as they play the game. Is that appropriate behavior in a PC room? Think about the rules that you need in a PC room or playing games. So activity 3, first of all, is the book activities. So we're going to look at now the vocabulary skills, the writing skills, the grammar, and the unit assignments. So I'm going to come out of here and let's go to the copy of the book here, okay? And we can make that a little bit larger, I think. All right. And so we're going to scroll down all the way to the vocabulary skills, which are on page 70. Okay, page 70. So let's look for page 70. And we can find that. Where is page 70? Keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go. So we're on page 70. The first thing you can see there is the vocabulary skills. Today is about synonyms, okay? Synonyms is a word, are words. Synonyms are words that have similar meanings, okay? Learning synonyms will increase your vocabulary and will give your writing more variety. People's lifestyles have changed because of new technology. People's habits and behaviors have changed because of new technology, okay? Be careful when choosing synonyms because they do not always have exactly the same meaning. A synonym can have a more general meaning or a more specific meaning. General, drivers are expected to follow the rules of the road. Specific, drivers are expected to obey the rules of the road. Follow is more general because it means to do what you are told. Obey is more specific because it suggests you must do what you are told. Okay, so that's the vocabulary. Then do activity A, which is also on the next page, and activity B. Let's look at activity A. Rewrite each sentence by replacing the bold word or phrase with the correct synonym from the box. So the first one, the bold word is information, and data is what replaces it, okay? Then go to part B, read each pair of sentences. Look at the synonym in bold, write G next to the sentence that uses a more general synonym, write S next to the one that uses a more specific synonym, okay? Then we're going to go to the next activity, which is the writing skills on page, it's not 70, it's 72. Here it is. Writing a summary and a personal response. A summary paragraph tells the reader the main ideas of a reading in your own words. A good summary begins by restating the main idea of the reading. It gives a basic outline of the reading and includes supporting details that are necessary to understand the main points. A summary uses synonyms and similar language to restate ideas from the reading. A summary is often followed by a personal response paragraph. A personal response paragraph. A personal response paragraph gives your personal reaction to the reading. It often includes ideas that you agree or disagree with and gives reasons why you agree or disagree, okay? So that's the writing skills one. And then let's go down and we'll go to the next one, which is the grammar, okay? So the grammar should be changed to 72. Sorry about that. The grammar is on page 75, okay? Just check, yeah. Parallel structure, okay? So parallel structure means using the same word form or grammatical structure to list ideas that come in sequence. Using parallel structure makes your writing clearer and more effective. Use the conjunctions and, but, and or to connect parallel ideas. Look at the examples of parallel and non-parallel structures. So here we've got parallel. Now I was well read and well rested. Not parallel. Now I was well read and getting more rest. I see. Adverb plus adjective, okay? Adverb plus adjective. Parallel. Machines make our coffee and clean our dishes. 2 verbs, okay? Non-parallel. Machines make verb our coffee and our dishes are cleaned. Adjective, okay? Adjective, so it's not the same. It's an adjective, okay? Or are cleaned. Our dishes, that's a passive verb, I think. Anyway, so 2 verbs here. Anyway, are cleaned, adjective, I think. People can tell the car to drive. People can tell. People can tell the car to drive cautiously or aggressively. I think this is about cars that are, you know, driven by AI. Not parallel. People can tell the car to drive with caution or aggressively. So the first one with caution is a prepositional phrase. Aggressively is an adverb, okay? So A, read these sentences from the readings, underline the parallel structures and identify the word forms, circle the conjunctions, okay? So the conjunctions are and, but, or, okay? And then go to part B, combine each pair of sentences into one, use and but, or, and parallel structure, okay? So make these into parallel structures, okay? Good. And then the last thing we have to look at is the unit assignment, which is page 77. There it is. In this assignment, you're going to write 2 paragraphs. In the first paragraph, you will write a summary of reading 2. In the second paragraph, you will write your personal response about the author's decision and experience of living without TV. As you prepare your paragraphs, think about the unit question. How has technology affected our lives? Use information from reading 1, reading 2, the unit video, and your work in this unit to support your paragraphs. Refer to the self-assessment checklist on page 78. Okay, so that's that one. And so that's the book stuff. The unit assignment is basically a summary and then a paragraph about your personal response to the summary, okay? To this summary of this reading that you have to do in the book. Okay, let's go back to activity 3. Okay, activity 3B. Do you remember any news stories about any of these events in red? So let's look at these current affairs events for earthquakes, forest fires, drought, blizzards, volcanoes, and floods. Do you remember any of these events? I think this year we've had forest fires, droughts, and floods. Yeah, we had floods in Korea, didn't we? Yeah. So I saw a flood on TV this summer. It was in South Korea. The people had to get out of their cars, get to higher ground. There were some people who had died. Some buildings were submerged underwater. And a lot of plants were killed. The farming was destroyed. So vegetables and fruit is more expensive at the moment. If you don't remember any news story about these, use the BBC again. Go back to the BBC and make some stuff about that, okay? And let's go to 3C. What are the characteristics of a crazy scientist? List 5 things. He or she has crazy hair. Okay, so this is kind of this picture here is Doc Brown from a movie called Back to the Future. Let's go back to that. Let's move him to the center a little bit. Okay, so I mean, a crazy scientist in popular culture, you can find out about these a lot actually. If you just go into Google and put crazy scientists in movies, okay, or whatever, or even in history, and so you can see there's a list, 7 of the best movie mad scientists of all time. It's a very useful web page to look, but I want you to find your own information here. This is Doc from Back to the Future, Frankenstein, Dr. Henry Frankenstein, Dr. Hans Zarkov from Flash Gordon, these old movies. Seth Brundle from The Fly, the movie The Fly. This is a really crazy, kind of gory, scary movie. Dr. Frederick Frankenstein from Young Frankenstein, it's a comedy. Dr. Emmett Brown, this is the guy from Back to the Future. It's a really good film. Dr. Henry Wu from Jurassic World. This is a good film too, I like that. Lex Luthor from Batman vs. Superman. So there's lots of mad scientists there. There's actually a lot of mad scientists in history as well. So if you feel like you want to sort of go a bit further and look for crazy scientists in history, then you could look for people like Nikola Tesla and these other people here, okay? 10 incredibly real life mad scientists. Okay, maybe you can look there in this one. And then they got Crick. Oops. Crick, I think, found DNA. Buckland, don't know him. I forgot why I know who that is. Delgado. I don't really know many of these. Paracelsus. I think I know maybe a few. I know Tesla. Everyone knows Tesla, right? AC/DC. Okay. So that's a little bit of fun. Find out about the characteristics of crazy mad scientists. Okay. And that's activity 3. Let's go to part 4. Part 4 is kind of a continuation of natural disasters. Emergency procedures. Okay, so listen to the recording and then fill in the blanks, okay? So you can click on the link here and you just fill in the blanks, right? So we can do that now. So maybe you just need to take a picture of this or write it down and just fill in the blanks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 blanks, okay? I'll just click this on and let's see if we can hear that okay. Press play and then try to fill it in, okay?
Preparation. Buy some batteries for your video and your torch, as well as some canned food. Fill some large bottles with drinking water. During the cyclone or hurricane, listen to the radio or TV for information. Go to the strongest part of your home, for example, the bathroom, cellar, or hall.
Okay, let's listen to that one more time.
Preparation. Buy some batteries for your video and your torch, as well as some canned food. Fill some large bottles with drinking water. During the cyclone or hurricane, listen to the radio or TV for information. Go to the strongest part of your home, For example, the bathroom, cellar, or hall.
Okay, so that's, fill that in, and then let's go to, I think, is that the last one? It's the last activity in the slide, but I have to add some more minutes now. I think maybe another less than 10 minutes, but I'll need to find something to add to the end of this video for you, okay? But let's read this BBC article, okay? Let's have a look at this. So read the article and write a few sentences about cleaning classrooms in schools. You can make a quiz of about 8 questions about this article. So let's click on this article. I'll send you the links. The robots playing sports better than humans. Okay, so there's a couple of things here actually. Let's quickly look at this article. So the first thing we can notice is this is a robot playing basketball. Let's see if the video works. Hopefully it does. Oh, wow. Watch that again. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, wow, so that's cool. So that one's playing basketball. This one is playing the game of Jenga. Let's have a look. This robot. Oh. Whoa. Wow, that one's really cool. So this, oh, well, these two robots are playing football. Let's have a look at this video.
Meet the football-playing robots. They're not being operated by remote control. These techie sports stars are making decisions for themselves. Scientists at the University of Texas have programmed the bots to use something called artificial intelligence to have a good old kickabout. These guys are in training for a big contest, the Robots World Cup, like this one held in Germany 2 years ago. What a save! They're able to learn from the mistakes and improve their game each time they play.
Rather than turn taking, everybody's moving at the same time. If you take too long to think about what to do when you're about to pass the ball, the opponents can come and take the ball away from you.
I think these guys have got what it takes to make it to the finals.
Look how they get up.
Once they learn to stay on their feet, that is.
That was a good one. Let's go to the Kung Fu. Kung Fu robots. Wow. Very cute. Oh, he's doing pull-ups. Unbelievable. Wow. Was he doing breakdancing? Oh, he's doing a kick. It's amazing. The last one, table tennis. Let's have a look at this video. quite slow though. Need some faster action, you know? Yeah. Need a faster robot for that. Wow. It's funny though. Okay, so read through the article and watch the videos again, okay? And so there's the one on basketball, the one on Jenga, football, Kung Fu, and table tennis, okay? And then write some sentences about those. I've said cleaning classrooms, that's not correct. Need to edit this. About robots doing sport. Okay, stop. And then make some quiz questions like, what was the sport at the beginning, or something like that, okay? So that's about it. If you have any questions, if you want the links to the BBC News and the other links, which include the audio file, okay, from this one, and the links to the YouTube video, I will try to put them in YouTube. I'll also try to put them in eClass and on the Kakao Talk, okay? I think that's about it. Thank you for listening, okay? And now we're going to stop recording this, and I'll see you all in class. Thank you.